Hello, guys. It's Shane Davis talking and drawing here with my beautiful, lovely, sometimes will make me a sandwich guest, Yanzi Lynn.
Hi.
And today we're here to talk about Captain America, guys, once again, and this one's a good one. So this just in, there is an event we've covered on this channel, Captain America walking across America, trying to find his shield. It looks like he threw it and it didn't come back.
And now this time, this is the United States of Captain America issue 4. So what happens is that every single month, Steve Rogers is running around trying to find his shield. And along the way, each month he runs into what they call a local version of Captain America serving the community. So in this 4th issue, we have Ari Agbayani, Marvel's new Filipino-American shield bearer. Filipino-American. See, sure away I have issues with that term because Filipino is not an ethnic group. It's a nationality. So when you say someone is Filipino-American, it's like saying that I'm Singaporean-American. That doesn't really make any sense. You know what I mean? Let's look at the design though. So it's like that shield is, I don't know, it's kind of small, right? Is it gonna be any use exactly?
Well, in spray paint, all these kids have is spray paint for some reason. I don't know. Evidently, she's broadcasting to the world to virtue signal to be a mask wearer. This is something we're going to see. It's becoming a political statement, even if you're vaccinated, to wear a mask. And obviously, I don't think she's wearing a mask to hide her identity. I think she's wearing a mask because it's just the right thing to do for certain people.
I just realized wearing a mask, that's going to be playing into the whole Asian Americans are model minorities. They will wear masks. They will do all the things that Whitey tells them to do. Because, you know, model Americans, yeah.
I don't think that's true. I tell you to make me a sandwich every effing day. Ain't got one.
You don't eat carbs.
Oh, God.
I'll make you one. I'll let you next time. Anyway, so... I mean, if you look at this design for Ari, she's actually kind of cute. And yes, I'm saying Ari, not Ari, because this is supposed to be a Filipino name. So Ari, she's kind of cute actually, but why does she have no boobs again? I mean, I look at her, it looks like she has cake. She has thick, fleshy thighs. So why is she so flat-chested?
She has cake.
Well, this is some cake right here, okay? She has cake. She has fleshy thighs, but she has no boobs. Like, oh my! Why are you people so scared of breasts? Women have breasts. And I'm sorry. So,
do they? They do. They do.
Yes, they do.
You can say that. I can't say that. You can say that.
All right. Now, guys, let's get into the controversy of this. All right. So, Ari Agbayani, a name that is very Filipino in origins. Unfortunately, people have been making fun of it because Filipinos, actual Filipinos, we're talking about Asian Filipinos, have picked up on a name and they're like, oh my goodness gracious. Right, let's go back here. Ari Agbayani. Agbayani it could mean heroic, which is, is nice to say that, you want to represent Captain America. Of course, you want to be heroic. But Ari, unfortunately, is actually slang. In the official language of Philippine Tagalog, Ari means penis. It's a slang, yes, but it's kind of like when you say balls in English, people understand that means testicles.
Hang on. It means penis or it means ball sack? I've heard it means ball sack.
Ari out says closer to saying male genitalia then. I guess that'll be closer. I don't think you use Ari to describe female genitalia. So, okay, let me give a bit of background. I am Southeast Asian. I'm a Singaporean. In Singapore, there are a lot of Filipinos, all right? So I do know a bit of Tagalog. I can understand a little bit of it. And I can tell you, if someone who is a native speaker of Tagalog actually read this name, they'll be like, you know what I mean? They'll be like, oh my God. Did they just name
I have to represent here. I'm the only male on this video. Obviously. I look down between my legs and I think it's heroic every day. I don't see what's so funny about this.
But not when you are supposed to be a woman. I'm assuming that Ari over here is a sister.
You're assuming. No, you're assuming this is a female. Okay, you're assuming.
Oh, right. I probably am assuming.
You messed up. But now, the joke's on you.
No, I didn't assume. Look, see, this is where we go and look at it. So Alicia Wong, who is the creator, she says, "Good morning. I woke up to a big response to our new Filipino-American hero. I'd like to thank you for sharing your voices with us. I also like to clarify something about her full name, which is Ari Agbayani. She's named after a few Filipino-American friends with help from my Filipino-American family. Nice catch. She decided to lengthen her name to Ariel after people told you Ari means penis. And she goes on to say, it means the world to write a character who reflects my community. I'm honored by the support and kind words we've seen about Ariel. See, she won't even say Ari anymore. She has to say Ariel. And as a Filipino-American kid who didn't see many characters like me, I'm glad that's changing, and I hope we continue to see many more in the future. Again, let me give some context. 2 official languages in Philippines, Tagalog and English. Now, that's the thing though. Filipinos are not a monolith. There are native Filipinos, people like to call it aboriginals, and then there are Chinese Filipinos, there are Indian Filipinos, there are Arabian Filipinos, there's a whole subsection of Filipinos. Alicia Wong here says that she's a Filipino-American, but she is ethnically a Chinese Filipino. She is not what you would call a native Filipino. And unfortunately, when 50% of Filipinos in Philippines speak Tagalog, that would imply straight away that, oh yeah, maybe they are not a monolith. Maybe not everyone will understand that this is supposed to represent just one type of Filipino-American, which is obviously, it looks like a Chinese Filipino to me. I mean, I'm going by the skin tone, but just want to let you guys know though, remember, Southeast Asians, we are not all just brown. We come in very different shades, all right? There are Chinese, there are Indians, there are Malays. We come in varying shades, but this one looks more Chinese to me. So anyway, of course, she has to defend the fact that she named her Ari. But see, when you're a Chinese Filipino, I'm going to assume that you don't speak Tagalog. I'm going to assume that you mainly speak English or Mandarin with your family. So to say that she consulted with her Filipino-American family about this is like, I'm not sure how good it is a source exactly. If you want to create a Filipino character, it probably helps if you speak to actual Filipinos in Asia instead of saying, oh, I'm just going to ask some Filipino-Americans, whom, by the way, are obviously westernized Filipinos even. And you want to create something and you want to say that represents Filipino-Americans. Guess what? There are more Filipino-Asians than there are Filipino-Americans. So you must realize that it will be a lot more Filipinos in the world who look at it and say, Ari, haha, penis. Imagine you are this wonderful young Filipino-American reader. You read and you say, oh, there's this wonderful new representation for me called Ari Agbayani. And you go, Grandma, look, I have a new hero. Her name is Ari Agbayani. Grandma's going to laugh her dentures out. Then what?
I wonder what Marvel Comics is just sold your granddaughter. That's what. That's what
I just think it's tragic. Because Alicia Wong, she actually has some credentials. She won a Nebula and all that. So obviously she's a good writer. But unfortunately, because they assume that Filipinos are a monolith, so one Filipino can represent every Filipino. Alicia Wong is a Filipino-American, so obviously she can represent all Filipinos, even if it means naming a character Ari Agbayani. And Ari, penis.
So, guys, we can't make this up. Trying to virtue signal so hard, and you're grabbing whatever resource you can. You're hiring specifically to virtue signal. You're making a character specifically to virtue signal, and it blows up in your face. That's it. That's the story. That we can't make this up. This absolutely happened.
I like to bring up an example too that is kind of related to the DC Asian American month. Remember they had an anthology for it?
Right.
So that's the funny thing you see, because people assume, oh, one Asian can represent another Asian, right? Mariko Tamaki, obviously a very Japanese name, so she's Japanese, right? She was presented with the opportunity to write Cassandra Cain, half Chinese, half Caucasian. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but in World War II, the Japanese actually raped and murdered like millions of Chinese. Thanks for assuming that all Asians are monolith corporate comics. But anyway, just so you guys know, this is not a one-off mistake by Marvel. See, they all started with this thing called Aaron Fisher, the Captain America of the railways. This guy running around in the United States using a trash can painted lid and protecting the poor, downtrodden people on living out in the open. Oh, by the way, to signal even harder, he's gay. Just so you guys know. Very important, he's gay. I'm not sure there's actually any relevance to the story, because if it's a 22-page comics or even a 32-page comics, how much relevance is his, sexual orientation going to be?
There's a couple of questionable things about this character. The flag on his shoulder, I think is supposed to be printed another way, where the stars are facing the heart. And then the star on his neck, which is
a communist star.
Right. So this was questionable to a lot of people that dug deep into the design. And then there was another one. Let's get to the next.
This is beautiful. We are looking at this and it's like, Oh, look at you! How wonderful it is that you're wearing the colors and stripes of your colonizer.
Right.
Yay!
Right.
Really?
You know, that this is and Marvel said this was designed by a Native American from a specific tribe. So it's
Yeah,
all
from the Kickapoo tribe. But you know what the point is, right? They basically told this poor Native American and said, "Look, we'll pay you a couple $100. Just
no,
design
no,
this
they
character
didn't
for
pay him a
us."
couple $100. They traded in beads.
Yeah, they probably did actually. And then they said, give us a design and put this guy in the American flag. You know, even though we've obviously, raped and killed their people and stole their land.
All
And
right.
he's like, yeah, okay, you know what? I gotta feed the kids. I'll do it.
Yeah, and this will be a Marvel Legends figure, which his people will get no proceeds from, and it's a vicious cycle, Yanzi, corporate America. So, guys, we can't make this up. This is a beautiful train wreck, and what do you think is coming next? So it looks like we have at least 2 more months of this because this was issue 3, I think, in the event.
Issue
We've
4,
seen
dear.
issue 4, so one more month, maybe.
I don't know. At this point, I think we're just waiting to see what they're gonna come up with next.
And on that note, I need $1.
Dollar,
Shane
dollar.
Davis says, "Dollar, dollar, holla, holla." We are at $113,999. That is $1 away from $114,000. About a Singaporean girl, little girl, big adventures, cats in space. This campaign will hopefully be coming down pretty soon as I finish up the last few pages of Starlight Cats. And going on to something else, something secret, a big secret, guys. Please also look down below. You want to hit that bam subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think is coming next with Captain America. And we will catch you guys again with another video. Take care.